Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so very excited to have you here. I just finished up Only One Left, The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and that has put me on a massive thriller kick. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're just gonna be reading some thriller books this week and seeing what I think, because I feel like I haven't read very many in a while. I've definitely been reading a lot more fantasy, so I wanted to get back into my tried and true because I've definitely been craving that. So I did start The Fury last night. I literally got like 2 chapters in, so I'm not very far into it at all, but we are gonna start off with this one and then just see which ones are calling our name throughout the week. I am gonna get a little bit farther into this one though and give you my thoughts. So I did think that I was gonna film some of me reading, but I did not. I'm currently almost 70% of the way through The Fury, and I'm not gonna lie, this book is really weird. I don't know if I really like it even. I'm like following along with the storyline and all, and I'm getting it, but like, I don't know, I just feel like it's really boring. Essentially, we're following Elliot, and he is friends with 2 movie stars. At least one of them used to be a movie star. And they're good friends, even though they're total opposites. And something ends up happening, and they all end up going to this private island that this woman owns. I can't remember her name. I know it starts with an L, but I just can't remember it right now. Well, they all go to this private island, and somebody ends up dying, and we're kind of like on a murder mystery, but I think as of right now, about 70% of the way through, we just found out that somebody died and just found out that it's gonna be like murder mystery type thing. So it's just really an odd format. I'm not like complaining about it whatsoever, but something about the storyline and the way that everything's going, I just don't have any type of connection to the characters. I don't really care for them that much. I don't have any, I mean, I do have sympathies because there are some things that happen from leading up to going onto the island to being on the island, which is kind of fun. Not really fun, I guess. It sucks for the people that are going through it, but it's like rich people drama in a way, and I think that sometimes that's fun to read about because I don't have any part of that in everyday life. But for whatever reason, this one's just not hitting like at all. I have no connection to the characters whatsoever. I understand what's going on, but I just feel like it's all going by so incredibly fast, and then to be at the very end of the book is just really odd. I don't know, I have like zero idea who did it. I honestly am not even like trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure out like why the pacing is going like it is. It's very odd. It's not what I expected at all. I know he wrote The Silent Patient, and that book, whenever I read it, I felt like I had read other thriller books that I enjoyed more. I liked the storyline more. I liked the plot twist better, which is okay, but I still think about it frequently. I don't even remember what the plot twist was anymore with that one, but I know that I think about it sometimes and I'm like, oh, that was a good book, even though I don't remember it. This one, I expected it to be better than The Silent Patient, and so far I'm just not thinking that at all. Like, not even a little bit. I don't know. I really wanted to enjoy this one. I expected to just absolutely love it and want to eat it up and just want to spend all day reading, which I kind of did. I listened to pretty much all of it yesterday, so now I'm probably just gonna finish up the audiobook today. I don't really want to read it. I think it's more interesting as a listening book. I think with rich drama, sometimes I think it's fun to listen. It's like a soap opera type thing, kind of like I'm watching it, but not really. I'm just hearing it. So I'll probably end up doing that today and play some games and do some dishes. I'm gonna throw the audiobook back on for this. I hope it gets better. I want to love this. Again, I thought it was gonna be fantastic. I expected to just absolutely love this. And I'm not even gonna say that I'm not disliking it. I really don't care for it. I really don't. To be honest with you, I could DNF this and not really think twice about it. I don't know, I don't feel the need to do that, but I could, just to put it into perspective for you how I'm feeling about this one. But I guess I'll keep going. I'm gonna just finish it out. I'm already almost done with it. I don't even know how much left I have in the audiobook. I don't think it's very much at all. So I have about 2.5 hours left of the audiobook. I think at that point it's not even worth starting something new, so I'll probably just finish it up and see overall what I think. I guess it'll help me out when it comes to ratings and rating books that I don't love that much. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna paint my toenails. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint my toenails first. So that's the agenda for today. I'm gonna finish this up, hopefully pick out another one that I like a little bit more, and then probably repaint my toenails, play some games. We need to catch up. I did finish The Fury and I absolutely hated it. Like, there was not any redeeming quality for that book for me at all. I think the plot twist was somewhat interesting, but the fact that it took us like 70 to 80% of the book to get there was ridiculous. I was 70% through, something like that, and we just found out that it was gonna be a murder mystery. Like, miss me with that, okay? Miss me with that. I wanted this really high stakes something thriller, and that was absolutely not what I got in the slightest. Don't get me wrong, like the plot twist was fine, but like the journey to get to the plot twist was not enjoyable at all. I didn't care about any of the characters. I had zero like fun listening to it at all. So I didn't film anything just because I didn't care, unfortunately. So sorry to say that. I really wanted to love that book. I really enjoyed The Silent Patient, and I expected this one to be even better, and then for it to just completely flop, in my opinion, not the coolest. Probably should have read some reviews before I went into it, but that's my fault. That being said, I did go ahead and start Listen for the Lie, and this one is going very, very well. I am enjoying this so far. I think the idea of people think that you are a murderer based off of somebody on a podcast coming up and saying that is kind of true to real life, because people wouldn't think something until somebody plants the seed in their head. Like, I have had things where I think something and I never would have thought it until somebody said something about it. So yeah, I get it, whatever, but like something like this that can be super detrimental, especially to somebody's character, crazy, very interesting. As of right now, I'm like not very far into it. All I know is that somebody was murdered. I don't know who this person is in correlation to the main character, but everybody is now accusing the main character of murder. I think everybody in the past might have thought that was the case, but it didn't become like a popular trending theory until somebody that has a podcast or somebody that is related to the murder victim goes on to said podcast and is like, hey, this person is the one that did it. We all know that they did it. The police just didn't have enough evidence to actually charge this person and convict them of the murder. So yeah, 3%. I'm 3% into the book so far, so I don't think that I'm really spoiling anything. If I am, sorry, it's 3% in the book. Like I said, thoroughly enjoying this one a lot more than I was The Fury. The Fury, I literally was 60-70% of the way through, and I was like, I'm kind of tempted to DNF this. I kind of want to. The only reason that I didn't, which I totally should have, was because I got to the end, or I was that far in, and I was like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, I don't even know what's gonna happen, so like I have to just see it out, because like, what can this ending be? We are going to actually sit together and read Listen for the Lie. We're gonna read this together. I'm actually gonna show you me reading it, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit more than the last one. Again, I just, why would I want to sit there and talk about a book that I just, no. So we're gonna get into this. Once I get a little bit more through it, I will let you know what I think. This honestly reminds me, at least as of right now, a lot of the what is that 3-book series? A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, and it's mainly just like the podcast aspect. I think that's fun. I also think it's kind of neat that it's not her doing the podcast, it's somebody else making a podcast about her, and now she's actually going to listen to the podcast about herself, so that way she knows what's going to happen going back home. So very interesting. So far I am really enjoying it. Like I said, it kind of slightly, very slightly reminds me of The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, just a little bit more adult-ish. And I think personally I enjoy more adult books, especially as of recently. I haven't really been enjoying YA that much. So this one is definitely what I needed, especially after freaking The Fury. I needed a good pick-me-up like this. Per usual, I did hit a little bit of a snag with Listen for the Lie, but I'm still really enjoying it. The only problem is for me, and it's not like the book's fault or anything, I just haven't been wanting to read. I am super into this. The storyline is actually incredible. I'm really enjoying all of the characters, and I think that something about it being in a really small rural town is kind of fun. The only thing is I don't really know if the characters are trustworthy at this point. We're kind of dealing with Ben right now and trying to see if they can come together and solve this issue. I just don't know if we can trust Ben with like Lucy's side of the story, or if Lucy is even like a reliable narrator, you know what I mean? Sometimes we get like the unreliable narrator, and I do think that's fun. I do think that's like a unique thing in some books now, but I don't know, I kind of feel like she's probably being honest about what's going on, but at the same time, like, yeah, there's some like dishonest moments where it's just not revealed to us until a little bit later, so that's, I don't know, that's just what I'm thinking right now. But I have been reading a little bit more of it yesterday, so I'm currently, I think I'm about 60% of the way through. Yeah, 57%, I'm on chapter 28. So far, so good, and I mean like, so good. This is the thriller book that I was needing. The Fury kind of, I don't want to say it put me in a slump, but I don't know. I think I'm just so easy to be in a book slump, and it's not even just like I don't want to read or I'm not fascinated by a book. It's just I want to do something else. I'd rather play Minecraft. I'd rather play on my phone. You know what I mean? And reading is just not something that I have like a super heavy place in my heart for at the moment, but I am loving the book. It's just the effort that it takes to pick up the book is a little bit more than I would like, unfortunately. So phone, just kind of gonna hang out over there, and then we're gonna get in a little bit farther into this. I honestly think that I could finish it today if I actually just sit down and read, which I think is gonna be the vibe today. It's not very often that I find somebody in books to be kind of funny or funny at all, and I'll read books that are supposed to be funny and I can see humor in some things, but I really enjoy like a dumb sense of humor. Like I was reading The Crescent City, the last book in the Crescent City series. There was a line that I highlighted because it just made me laugh really hard. It was something about Haunt feeling a bunch of magic in him. It basically said that he could feel the magic like pulsing through him or something like that, but it was just his phone ringing or his phone vibrating in his pocket. So like stuff like that, just kind of dumb random humor I find funny. Also, I personally think that I have a really dry sense of humor. I get it from my dad, but she is very just dry and quick with it, and I think that it's really comical to read because it's not like I'm laughing super hard and I'm like just cackling out loud to myself. There's so many little humorous moments that just kind of like give me a little like, you know, the nose laugh where you're like that's funny, you know? I get a lot of those. So I am thinking that it's pretty funny. I am enjoying it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like cracking up or anything, but with the humor that we are getting in this book, it is very enjoyable for me, at least, especially since I don't find very many books to just really make me laugh. So I'm not cracking up or anything, but it is making me chuckle every now and then, which is kind of fun. I like that. But back to it. Getting pretty juicy. It's getting pretty juicy indeed. Not that I didn't expect this to be happening, but it goes a little bit deeper than what I originally thought. I did end up finishing Listen for the Lie last night, and I really enjoyed the book overall. I think the ending, although I didn't expect who did it, I don't love that type of, I don't even know what that would be called. I don't like that type of attitude and not being able to deal with what happened as a cause for, you know, murdering somebody. I think that's really obnoxious. I can't stand that. But it is what it is. It's just a book. Obviously it happens in real life, and I think that's why it's so obnoxious. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I do think overall it was still a really good book, and I think the journey of figuring out who did it and the whole like lead up to that was really good. So I'm not super mad about not loving
the plot twist and the murderer, but oh well, I'm not complaining there. I still really liked it. I think I would recommend it to somebody if they want like a super fast-paced, like fully enjoyable. There was not like a dull moment, I don't think. And sometimes in thriller books, if they're not done right, in my opinion, I think they can be a little bit dull in some spots and just kind of like drawn out. But I think even parts that I would normally say are kind of drawn out, they still were really enjoyable. I still really liked it. And I think that there was some comedy like thrown throughout the book with the way that the people were acting and their kind of personalities and stuff, which I really enjoyed. But I did move on to It's Not Her. So I'm currently reading this right now. I'm 20% of the way through. I think that this is not my favorite type of like format for a murder mystery thriller type thing. We're getting a lot of past and present. While sometimes I think that's fun, usually if it's really good and I'm binging it, the past and the present, like I just want to be in the present, I want to know what's going on. Like the past doesn't have like a crazy correlation usually. So far that's what I'm getting with this one, and I'm not saying the past doesn't make sense in the context of this book. I don't know. I haven't gone far enough in to actually feel that way. I think the past tense is pretty much just about the one daughter. So I don't know if we're gonna get any POVs or different POVs from like past tense or anything like that, which honestly I'm doubting. So I don't know if we're kind of like making it seem like the daughter did it and that's what we're going with and that's how it's gonna go, or what the deal is. I don't know. Like, you know, sometimes you get mysteries like that, thrillers, and we kind of know who the person is and we're just kind of like following along them doing whatever they're doing. Sometimes I enjoy that. I think with this, I don't know. It's just kind of odd so far. Not mad about it. Again, I'm only 20% of the way through, so definitely could get better as we go. But we're following the main character, wakes up and finds her brother and her sister-in-law dead in their house. And yeah, pretty much that's it. They're like renting a cabin, they're staying across from her brother, and then she finds them the next morning not alive anymore. I mean, there's really not much to say. It's not like grabbing my attention like I really would have wanted. Like, I'm not mad about it, I'm still enjoying reading it, but I think that I just want something that's like really got me going from like page 1, and this is not that so far. We'll see what I think getting a little bit farther into it. We'll see if it leans more towards like this person did it and this is like the backstory, this is why, this is how, or if it's gonna like plot twist and it's not gonna be that person.
I just finished up It's Not Her, and I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I still ended up just giving it a 3-star. It started off as like a easy to read but just kind of casual 3-star book, and then it started getting a little bit better. I started binging it more and I thought it was going to be like a 4-star or something. I thought I was going to like it a lot more than I did, but it still fell a little flat. We pretty much just followed the main character, I can't remember her name, and then her niece, Reese. Her brother and her sister-in-law ended up getting murdered in their cottage, and then Reese goes missing. So she's trying to figure out what happened to the family and then also try to find Reese. And then we're getting the past POV from Reese going up to the actual murder. So we're kind of seeing what all happened leading up to the murder, because we're trying to figure out if we think Reese did it or if we think that she's just missing, like what the deal is with that. I enjoyed it. I started reading it a lot. I was like binging it. I think I read it in like a day, like a 24-hour period-ish, roughly. And I thought I was gonna like it because I was reading it super fast, but the plot twist and the person that did it really just irritated me and it hurt my feelings, and it was so frustrating that this happened the way that it happened, because like nobody wants that. Like none of it needed to happen at all, and the fact that it did is just so annoying. And like now everybody's in this situation because of this one thing that happened that shouldn't have even happened in the first place. That was really obnoxious. And then like the plot twist, I don't want to say like I didn't expect it, like I didn't see it coming. Like I could have seen that. Like I wasn't surprised. I thought about it and I was like, you know, I could see this being like a thing-ish, but I didn't like put much thought into it. I wasn't really thinking like, oh, who did it? I wonder who did it. Like I'm curious, you know, it was just following along with the book. So I wasn't really trying to figure it out, but I don't know, just something about the plot twist and the way that it was, I just, not my favorite. Did give it a 3-star, so not complaining there, but I don't know if I'd recommend it. And then I don't know if I said it or not, but I gave it Listen for the Lie a 4-star. I really enjoyed that one. The plot twist was obnoxious, like the whole, I can't stand when people get upset over this, like what happened. I can't stand when people are like that. It drives me up the wall. So I gave it a 4-star, did really enjoy it. And then The Fury, I gave that a 1-star. I did not like that book at all. I should have DNF'd it. And I think that's like my parameter for 1-star. If I should have DNF'd it and I wish that I did DNF it while reading it, it's probably a good sign that it was not good. But those are all the thriller books that I read. I'm still on a thriller kick, so I'm gonna be reading more. And I think sneak peek, I'm gonna be reading the Natural series next, so stay tuned for that if you are interested in me reading the whole series and letting you know what I think. But other than that, that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate you for being here, and I hopefully will get to see you in the next one. See ya.